Hello guys, and welcome once again to the What to Buy channel. First of all, I want to excuse myself for not having put another video on the channel within the last 4 to almost 5 months. Sorry for that. And I want to thank you all who watched my videos and for the very nice comments on my channel in those days of hate speech everywhere. It's just very nice to receive such positive feedback. I mean, every feedback is just welcomed, whether it is positive or negative, as long as it is constructive. And I think I also learned several things. First of all, I will put much quicker new videos on the channel. Second, the videos will be a little shorter. And third, I will concentrate, for example, in case of watches, on watches that are more seldom or not that often presented on the internet, like the Citizen ProMaster. The video has been watched much more than the video I made about the Omega Speedmaster. So to stick to that rule, I'll present to you today the Fortis Marinemaster B-42 automatic. This watch I bought 4 years ago, and actually I changed it or exchanged it against a Breitling Chronomatic from the 1960s. Yes, it was a bad deal, but I just wanted the Fortis since I was like 11 or 12 years old. So let's start. First of all, as you can see, it is a relatively large-bodied watch. The steel case measures 42 millimeters in diameter, and the bezel actually 44.5. The case is rather big, and its height is 13.5 millimeters, and of course, as you can see, it is brushed stainless steel and with a bandwidth of 20 millimeters. First of all, what do I like about this watch? I like about this watch is this very legible. You can see those Arabic numerals. That is very easy to read. It has an anti-reflective coating on the outside as well as on the inside of the crystal. And I also like the detail, the running second, that is actually orange. That's a very nice popping out detail for this watch. And of course, like the date function, realized since I have the Omega Speedmaster, which is a chronograph without a day or a date, that I really miss it. I have to look on my smartphone, and this is actually not the way I want a watch to be. I want to be it functional. I want to be it a tool watch, and as a tool watch, for me, it's just necessary that it has a date function. What I also like about this watch is the bracelet is very well made. The clasp is maybe not the best out there, but it's obviously much better than the clasp, for example, that you can get for the same money by Taucheruhr. I actually wanted to have a GMT watch, the Taucheruhr Formula 1 GMT, the blue and black, which is also called the Batman, referring to the Rolex GMT Master. But if I look at the clasp of the Taucheruhr, it's just ugly, and actually it's a clasp that I would expect from a €300 or $320 watch, but not from a watch that is around 1,500 euros. You can see this is much more sophisticated, and it also has a diver extension, which is actually more on the cheap side, but it is there, and that is a cool fact. What do I dislike about this watch? What I dislike is that the concept of the watch is not that coherent. As you can see, it is called the Marinemaster. So it is a watch that is actually for diving or just made for the sea. And in my opinion, this actually should come with a screw and crown. It just makes you feel much more safe if you're going into the water with such a watch. And another aspect which I dislike is the case back. I mean, the case back is actually nicely made, but it has the symbol of the Roscosmos, which is the Russian space organization. I mean, we all know that Fortis has a legacy concerning space missions with the Russians, but what has this to do with a watch that is made for the sea? In the new version, I think they're having a submarine on the back, which is much more coherent actually with the concept of the watch being a diver's watch, or a watch that is made for captains on the sea. This is something I really dislike about the watch. The other thing maybe is its weight, but it's very subjective. I mean, if you like heavy watches, this is actually the watch to go for, but in everyday's life it can be a little bit too heavy, and the height is also an issue. If you're like wearing a suit and a shirt, then it's in some cases it's just too high. Let's come to the price of the watch. When I bought it or exchanged it, I bought it used. It was like 3 years old, and I paid, or the price was actually 1,000 euros. And I think the latest model which has a much uglier bezel. And to come to the bezel again, it works very, very well, very sturdy. There's no, or just little play in it. The bezel of the new version is really ugly. It's somehow spiky, and this has a much more clean look to it. And the new version costs, I think, around 1,200 euros on the internet, and you can get the older ones for around 800, 900. I wouldn't pay today more than 900 euros for a used one. To sum it up, it's a watch that is actually under the radar in my eyes. If we are looking for a diver watch, don't look for a Tag Heuer. I think you won't get the same quality considering the bracelet as you can actually get from Fortis. It's something that sets you apart from other watch wearers, and it's a smaller brand. It has maybe not the legacy as other comparable brands, but the advantage is on the price side. The Fortis watches are cheaper, and they're, in my opinion, they're well made. The last thing I actually forgot is the movement. The movement inside this watch is then ETA movement. It's the ETA 2386-2 is a very well-known and dependable movement, used also on other well-known watches, and actually I had no problems with the movement so far. So give Fortis a try. I hope you liked this review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, just give me some comments so that I can actually improve my videos. Thanks for watching.